Hello everyone, hello YouTube. My name is Maisy and we do pick a card readings here on my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I cannot wait to do this reading for you. First, I do want to say that if you like the reading, please send it along, subscribe, or just give it a like. I love hearing your feedback. And that's it. So, this pick a card reading, we are going to be talking about November 2021. So what is going to happen in the next month ahead? As usual, I have 3 piles of tarot cards and oracle cards in front of me. On each of those piles, I have a crystal. Take a moment to pick which crystal is vibing with you today. You can pause the video if you need. And once you pick one, we will get started. Hello, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. This is for the clear quartz people. Gotta love a good clear quartz. Am I right? Yeah, so let's figure out what's going to happen to you in the month of November. So I will start out with your tarot cards as usual. We have the Empress reversed, whoop, the Moon, whoa, there, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Hanged Man, Strength, and the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so lots to unpack here. 2 aces going on, lots of major arcana cards. We have Aquarius energy, Pisces energy for sure, Venus in there, and a lot of Cups cards, so a lot of water sign energy. Definitely Pisces energy is coming out very strongly here. That's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mars. If that works for you, take it. And if it doesn't, don't worry about it. I'm kind of seeing a timeline from the back onward. So I'm going to start with the Ace of Cups. In the month of November, there is a new person coming into your life. We have a new relationship forming. Cups are all about our emotional connections with each other and with ourselves. And aces are new beginnings. So the Ace of Cups is really a brilliant time to develop new relationships and friendships with other people. The thing is, so if you have started a relationship already moving into November, that would be why this card comes up. Or if you do not have someone in your life right now, then you will have someone very soon in the coming month. The thing with this relationship though, is that I think it is bringing out some deep stuff. It's very Scorpio season, which is what most of November will be. We have the Seven of Swords here. This is a card of secrets. And coming up upright like this, it means that we are hiding something from this person. So to me, this doesn't feel like someone's hiding something from you. It feels like you're hiding something from them. You don't want them to see the whole truth, the whole self. And that, to me, seems like it comes from a self-worth issue or a self-confidence issue. It looks like there's some psychological stuff that you have to work through. I keep getting ahead of myself because all these cards are saying kind of the same thing. But we have the Ace of Cups here telling us that we're talking about a relationship. That's how we're opening up this reading. We have the Seven of Swords to say that you are not disclosing all of yourself to this person. You're refraining a little bit. We have the Strength card in an upright position to tell you that you need to embrace your own confidence. This is like an encouragement card or a encouragement placement for this card. And it's coming up next to the Hanged Man, which is a card of like deep revelations. This is Neptune's card, so anything around the Hanged Man can get a little foggy. But the way I like to think about the Hanged Man is that it's a psychological deep dive. It's about like those skeletons in the closet that we don't really want to look at. But when it comes up upright like this, it means that we are taking steps toward healing those skeletons. We're taking active steps or actionable steps toward finding closure. So I feel like this is a really good opportunity for you. Like whoever this person is, they're allowing you to like take a look back at the past, figure out what was traumatic in that past, and work with it so you can self-heal. And this person seems to be very patient and empathetic around that. So I think this is a great opportunity for you to kind of do a little self-growth. So with that said, There will also be moments of confusion. This is not like all roses and rainbows and butterflies. The Ace of Wands comes up reversed. So I do feel like this relationship looks really great off the bat, but like somewhere along the way in the next month, you find out that the path isn't as clear as you thought, or like they're not what you expected. I think a lot of it is like having that dream or that vision of someone in the way that you think that they are, and then they don't show up that way. So wands are all about our thoughts and our visions for the future, and then aces are those new beginnings. So when I see two aces coming up here, I automatically like pair them together. So we have this new relationship coming in, and then the Ace of Wands connecting with that, where it's upside down, meaning that it's just not manifesting in the way that you thought it would. So I feel like this person has a very like sensitive side to them, where they're allowing you to kind of open up. But on top of that, they're not going to be everything that you dream of, because there's a lot of Pisces energy here, which makes me feel like you're kind of living in this dream state. And in terms of dating, it may be that like you've shut yourself out of reality a little bit to protect. It's like a self-destruction move, but also like a protection move, because you don't want to like unveil all of your deep dark self to someone and have them abandon you or just kind of give up on you. And maybe that's happened before. So I feel like you are someone who's dealt with that before, and the way that you choose to, or the way that you have chosen to approach it, is by completely detaching and saying, you know what, I'm going to create my own reality, and my reality says that I don't need relationships. So I feel like you've been doing a lot of that recently. So having a little bit of turmoil is almost it's like hard to miss. Like it's inevitable to have trials and tribulations when you're dating someone. But I feel like you avoided dating at all costs, so that you don't have to work through these issues. So this could be a really minor issue in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like you're taking it a step further. Yeah. So, okay, let's see. We have the last two cards here, which are the Moon and the Empress reversed. So the Empress reversed is such a cry for help in the self-worth department. It's ruled by Venus, which rules worth, money, but also like value, like self-value. So to see the Empress reversed is always a sign to me that we lack confidence, that we need some self-love, that we need to like pump ourselves up a bit, because we've lost ourselves along the way in some respect. So I do feel like, and because we have the Moon here, which is a dreamy card, this is like getting lost in the dream state, refusing to go back to reality. So I feel like you have it so good right now with this person, and or in the next month ahead, you have it so good with this person, and you're just like refusing to believe that it's actually real. I feel like it's almost like a too good to be true kind of thing. So you like find issues with it, and it could be like a pattern of self-destruction that you're about to go through again. So just be prepared. If you have a pattern of self-destruction, try to approach it this time with the mindset that you know that you do that. Like, you know that that's a habit of yours. So this time we're going to approach it differently. When you have a fight or flight response and you want to flee, it's actually time to work on yourself. That would be a great way to put it, because this Empress reversed is really a card that like turns it back on you. It's not about the other person. It's not about relationships. It's not even about your past. It's about like how you approach yourself right now in this moment. So I think that it's time to do a little self-work and self-reflection over the course of the month without letting go of this person, because it can be really easy to get into that Moon state and be like, actually, I don't need relationships, like screw that, over that. So yeah, I think focus in on you. Don't let that person get away, and don't psych yourself out about it either. Okay, so let's see what we have for the Oracle cards so that we can kind of clarify this message. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have Taurus and Cancer in the reverse, which is really interesting. And then we have the 12th house in the reverse. Okay, I love the fact that we have not only Cancer energy again, or like the home body energy, but we also have 12th house energy, which is literally Pisces. It's like Pisces is coming up so much here. It's time to heal. It's time to embrace the dark sides, and time to embrace the fact that you're not okay. That's like really what it is. Embracing dark sides is kind of more like 8th housey, Scorpio-esque, but embracing 12th house is like, I'm not okay. I need help. And that's okay. So I think it's time to kind of stop disassociating from like the issues and kind of accept the fact that you are healing and that's okay. And then the Cancer reverse is like, don't hermit yourself away. Like, I feel like Cancer reverse is like never leaving your house, never stepping outside your shell to approach love, and take risks. And then Taurus reversed is very stubborn. So I feel like you've been in this like stubborn vibe of, I don't need love. I don't need that. Like, screw that. I'm good on my own. Like, I'm independent, which is fair. You are, but it's a deflection. So all of these are deflection mechanisms, and it's time to accept that like healing process. Okay. So the last two cards we have are follow your own rhythm and in the world, not of the world. Okay, so I feel like follow your own rhythm is like kind of listening to your soul. Start listening to you. Don't involve yourself in other people and allow yourself to end up losing yourself in that other person. I know that could be a habit for you. But the follow your own rhythm is just kind of like a reminder that you need to follow the flow of how you feel and accept that. Like, don't like let go too far, but also in this moment of healing, it's time to follow the flow. Like, if you're not feeling great, accept that and flow into it. And then in the world, not of the world is an interesting card too, because I feel like it talks about being in that process again. Like, you're not creating your own world. The world is creating you. So like, you can't control everything. I feel like that's what it's saying. You can't control when you get hurt or if you get hurt. Like, when you approach love, like, you will get hurt. And that is okay. That's just like part of it. There's not a soul on this planet who will be with you and never hurt you, like accidentally. So I think it's time to take risks. I also think it's time to heal. And that's your main message. Okay, group 1, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you next time. Hello, group 2. This is for those of you who picked the carnelian, this beautiful red stone, fire, passion, and all that. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen in November for you guys. We're going to start with your tarot cards first, as usual, and then we will get into the oracle cards afterwards. Okay, so we got the 2 of Pentacles reversed, the 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, King of Cups, and 6 of Wands. Okay, not too many cards here, but there's a very like stark message, and that is, you will definitely be reaping the benefits of your hard work in the next month. It's obvious that you've worked really hard. So we've got Virgo energy. Actually, we have all the earth sign energy. We have Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We also have Leo energy in here and a little bit of Scorpio energy. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mars. Take it if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But okay, let's just start with the first card here. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So 2 of Pentacles in general is a card of like juggling material values. So it can come up at a time when we have like 2 things thrown at us at once. So you could have, lost your job and then woo, you're pregnant. So like, those are 2 things that are happening at one time that can be a colossal distraction and very hard to manage on your own. So the Two of Pentacles, whenever it's upright, it's like kind of a sign that things are going to get a little crazy and that you should be prepared for feeling uneasy. But when it's reversed like this, it can mean that like things are finally starting to calm down. So I feel like over the past couple months prior, particularly probably in October, you felt very overwhelmed, like very uncertain of how things are going to end up and what you should be doing next. And like you just kind of feel like you have this, I don't know, this like anxious buzz going on, like, oh my God, like what's next? And I don't know what to do. So I do sense some tension and some uncertainty about your life as a whole. But in that reverse position, I'm telling you that November is going to bring some good things, and it's going to help you move forward from feeling so out of control. So, okay, we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, always a good sign. We also have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of waiting. So I do feel like, I know that you've been waiting a long time for something to manifest. I think that it's going to get a little less crazy in November, but you're still going to have to wait. Like it's not going to come in the beginning of November. It's going to come in the end of November. So this is a card of waiting, but it is upright. So you're not waiting in vain. You're not waiting for something that will never happen. So that's a good sign. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles right after it, which is a sign of success. And so whatever this is, I kind of feel like it's like the last step to your happiness. Like you feel like you have all your ducks in a row, except for this one thing that you've been waiting for. For example, it could be like a proposal, you know, like moving on to the next step of your life. Like you could have your job and your house together and like your pets and family's great, but there's that one thing that's missing, which is like the next chapter. And so that's just an example. It's not necessarily going to be that, but the point is, I feel like you're going to close this chapter in November, in the second half particularly. So, all really good things. This is like the best reading ever so far. I actually see no red flags here. So, for those who picked this pile, you should know that November is going to be really good for you. It's not going to be a turning point. It's just it's going to be like a closure point. And finally, you're going to feel good about, you know, your life and where you've led it up until now. So we have the King of Cups. So maybe this is why I did say proposal, because that could be something for you guys, for people who are watching, because the King of Cups is so emotional. If I do feel like this is probably representing a man or a male energy. So if you are waiting on someone to like give their heart to you, this is the moment. Cups are about our emotions. And then the King of Cups is someone who's very mature with his emotions. And when he's upright, it just means that he's able to handle them in a mature way or a mature sense and able to deliver. You know, he's not just like throwing things out there and like not going to follow through. So I feel like this is a really good sign for you if you're like waiting for a relationship to take the next step. Other than that, if we're not talking about relationships at all, then it could be a sign that like you follow your own dream, like finally your dreams are coming true. Something that you've put a lot of emotional investment in, you can finally like claim as king, like as like CEO or whatever of the project that you've been working on for so long, that you've been waiting to get success for. So yeah, heart development, heart excitement. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is like the best card to close this reading with. It means success. That is literally the card of success. It comes up when we have a dream or a vision that we've been going towards for a really long time and we finally have accomplished it. We've like slayed those dragons. So the Six of Wands is really a great thing for you. It's all really good signs. I don't think I've ever had a better reading for these YouTube pick cards. Okay, so let's see what we have for the oracle cards to kind of close out this reading. Okay, so we have the 7th house reversed. Okay, let's just check this here. Okay, 7th house reversed with Jupiter reversed and Pisces. So Pisces can make things a little bit more complicated. Jupiter reverse can mean like you're going overboard. And then 7th house reverse means that like you're breaking connections with people, or like love connections can be jeopardized. I just feel like this is basically saying like don't overthink it. Don't overthink. What you want is coming to you. I think it's really more like a reassurance that what you want is coming. It may seem like it's taken forever, like maybe for fucking years, like I don't know. But the 7th house reversed plus Jupiter reversed plus Pisces really just tells me like don't go overboard. Don't like freak out and let your mind wander into oblivion and like take things too far and then cause some turmoil in this relationship. Allow it to develop the way that it's going right now, because it's going in the right direction. And then we have releasing allegiances. So I do feel like this is, if we're talking relationships, that means like the allegiance that you have to that person, like you don't have to go overboard for them. Like you don't have to be enslaved to this relationship in order for you to get what you want. There's that. And then if we're talking about business partnerships, which this could also be discussing with that 7th house reversed, this could be a symbol that like a business partnership has been jeopardized, or like maybe you cut things off with a business partner or a secondary component to a project, and you were worried about that, worried about going out on your own, but don't worry, it's all going to work out. So I feel like being independent, if we're talking business and this is resonating with you, it's a very specific message, but if this resonates with you, then letting go of that component or letting go of that partner was the best thing for you, and it's going to bring success in the long run. So time to release those allegiances with the people who are bringing you down, or challenging your dream. Okay, group 2, that was it. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you guys next time. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose this awesome, not Aquarius, it's the Aquarius birthstone, the Amethyst Palm Stone. And as usual, we'll get started with your tarot cards first, and we'll talk about what's going to happen in the month of November for you. Okay, wow, so already we're starting off with a bang. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, and it's upright, so that's a good sign. 10 of Cups reversed, 10 of Swords reversed, Knight of Wands, the Sun, 5 of Cups reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, and the Hermit reversed. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so there's a lot going on. We have, what do we have here? We've got Libra energy, Pisces energy, Scorpio energy, Virgo energy, and a little Taurus energy. That's the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mars. If that resonates, cool. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. A very interesting card to start off with, always. But the Wheel of Fortune talks about spontaneous or unexpected changes in our life. Upright, it talks about good changes or changes that we would consider beneficial at the time. All the Wheel of Fortune changes are good for us, whether it's upright or reversed. But as it comes to you, you're thinking, wow, this is a good thing. So something happens and it affects this. So what I find very interesting is that like the Wheel of Fortune comes up and it usually shakes things up. And when you see the 10 of Cups reversed, that's generally a bad sign, or generally a time when we might feel like a little drained or down or depressed, because the 10 of Cups upright is like when we have acquired all of our dreams, like our whole dream has come true. If you wanted a family and 2 kids and a house, and you finally buy the house with your husband and your 2 kids, and like this would be a Ten of Cups situation where like you're just blissfully happy, everything came together, and you've lived the dream. So to see Ten of Cups reversed means that the dream, or what you have right now that's blissfully perfect, is turned upside down. So it's very, it is very fragile. It's a very fragile moment when you see the Ten of Cups reversed, because it is a lot more unexpected, just like the Wheel of Fortune presents. So I do feel like you didn't see this coming. But I also feel like even though you may lose something, you may also like find a silver lining there, or like you may also feel more relieved than you expected. So if we're talking relationships, which I think this is kind of more relationship driven, I do feel like maybe there's a separation going on, or there's a maybe a divorce, maybe separation, maybe just a breakup. But the point is, like, the Wheel of Fortune brings some news that like prompts the end of this phony, fake, like dream that you've been living. I feel like you haven't been happy. Like you haven't truly been happy for a really long time in this life that you've built. And it could have to do with the relationship or the person attached to that life that has caused a little bit of a moment where you're like, wait, how did I get here? Like, where am I? And what happened? What happened to the past 10 years, you know? So I do feel like there's some like letting go and some grief here, but there's also this sense of relief. Like the Ten of Swords reversed is a card of, it is letting go. Like when it's upright, it means that we're like, karma's coming back at us, like it's stabbing us in the back. We feel like, woe is me for doing all of those things back then, and we could be thinking on the what ifs and could be thinking about what we could have done differently or why we did those actions, because swords are actions for me. But when it's reversed, it can mean like we're finally letting go of that like guilt that we have. Like I feel like you've been thinking what if, and like I wish I had done something differently, and it's just been like replaying in your mind, and you've felt really guilty about that because from the outside, like everything looks perfect, right? Everything looks great from the outside, and you're like feeling guilty for not being happy, and that's not fair, you know? So I think that the universe steps in here in November and kind of like shakes things up to help you out because you're feeling so guilty for feeling unhappy, and because of that, you're not going to make a move. So instead, the universe makes a move for you and helps you like move forward with what you truly want. I do also see like some other figure here, the Knight of Wands, okay, so if you're in a relationship and it's kind of going down, like it's kind of going south, and this is all resonating for you in a relationship sense, then the Knight of Wands is someone who has reignited like the fire within you. He's sort of invigorated you again and made you feel like, oh, this is what I've been missing, and this is what it should feel like. Not to say that this person is the one or anything, but it's more like they showed you what is lacking in your current situation. So there is someone, an outside energy, kind of like pushing forward. They may be younger, or they may have like, or they may be more mature, or they may just have like a young spirit. But the point is, it feels fresh and exciting to be around them. And again, not to say that you would do anything wrong or that this person is like the right one for you, but it's just getting some recognition of like what is lacking. So the thing is, it's given you hope. That's like why the sun comes up here. I feel like you have hope again for the future, hope again for what you could have, and you're no longer feeling guilty for not enjoying your life. Yeah. I'm thinking this could also relate to the death of a loved one. That has already happened. Like, you know it. If you're watching this video and going, oh my God, someone's going to die in November, that's not true. I mean that the death has already happened, if this is true for you, and you are feeling guilty for being happy again, or maybe you're feeling like this person is someone you're interested in, but you don't want to leave behind like what you two built together. And that could definitely be what's going on here too, because you're feeling like you're tarnishing the marriage or the relationship that you guys built together. And the universe threw in this amazing surprise, who is this person who looks really great, but you've been feeling so bad about just like staying stuck and like potentially talking to other people. But now you're starting to let go of that fear and you're feeling hope again for love. The Five of Cups also comes up, and this is why I started with the passing of a loved one, because the Five of Cups is the card of grief when it's upright. When it's reversed like this, it can mean that we're finally letting go of grief, that we're realizing realizing what we should keep and what we should let go of so that we can move on. So I do feel like overall, like regardless of all this up and down, like emotional energy going on with you, November is a month of healing for you. It's going to be really peaceful, and that's going to be great. The King of Pentacles comes up reverse, and I do think this is the person that you're letting go, while this person is pursuing you or whatever. King of Pentacles reversed can mean, he's really just like the family guy. Like he's like the family person. So the father of your children, the one who takes leadership over the family trips, the one who plans everything, the one who handles the finances, he's just like the very stable, loyal, loving partner. So to see him reverse like this sometimes it's like more tyrannical, but I really feel like in this situation, in this spread, this is the person that you are letting go of. So you have to think of him in this reversed way. Like he is no longer moving forward. Like he is no longer a positive influence to keep him on my heart. It's no longer a positive influence for me to do that. So I really feel like that's like a healing moment for you. And then finally we have the Hermit reversed, which is such a powerful card to end on because it does talk about being alone. The Hermit upright comes up at a time when we have decided to be on our own, that we've decided to retract from society, or in this case, retract from our partner. But the Hermit reversed just tells me that like you didn't plan this. I feel like this is all so unexpected. I know we're talking about the Knight of Wands and everything, but the point is you weren't expecting to like leave this person at all. And so I feel the grief for you, and I feel like this is such a sad moment. But that like you can't open your heart to another person unless you've closed that chapter of your life. Like logically that. I just don't know if you've reached that point yet, but in November you'll reach that point. This is a very specific message, and it's very heavy, but I just feel like a lot of closure is going to happen in the next month, which is awesome for you. I know that you've been like waiting a long time for that closure. So finally you'll get there. And oh my God. Okay. So I've moved on now to the Oracle cards. I forgot to mention that, but we got Chiron, and then we got Eros reversed. And I just like find that so amazing and crazy because Eros is the asteroid of love. It's like that passion and what you had, and it's reversed, so it can mean like passion moving us in the wrong sort of ways, like not happy passion. We're feeling sad over it. And then Chiron obviously is the asteroid of it's deep hurt, so stuff that we're gonna have to work through our whole life. So this is really heavy. Like this situation does suck, and it's going to be something that you work through and work on for the rest of your life to kind of move forward and get over. And I mean, everyone has those lessons that they have to learn. It's not just you. Your life doesn't suck compared to everyone else's. It's just it is such a specific message for these cards to come up against those cards. So I do feel like this love situation is has weighed heavily on you, and now you're finally going to be able to find closure around it and take that first step toward moving on. Okay, and the last two Oracle cards we have are Seeing the True You and Come to Life. I love that because I feel like you have been sort of in this closed box, like you haven't lived, you haven't come to life quite yet. You can see that she's like drawing herself, and I feel like that's you becoming reborn, you know, like you're reinvigorated in life once again, and feeling like you can see color again, which is such a great feeling. And then on top of that, seeing the true you. Maybe you lost yourself along the way, but now you're finally embracing your individuality, embracing your uniqueness and who you are again, and feeling passion for yourself and your life again. And I just love this reading for you. I just think this is like the most beautiful thing, and November is going to be the start of something really incredible. So that's it. That's all I have for you, Group 3, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.